All right, ladies and gents, let's get to it. This is going to be part 2 in the three-part video series. And this is going to be based on the book, Building Your Network Marketing Business in 15 Seconds by Keith and Tom Schreider. Absolutely incredible book. I highly recommend you get it. And we basically covered in the first video, how you actually can get a lot done in 15 minutes and how to build your business in 15 minutes a day. I don't know if I said 15 seconds or not, 15 minutes a day. And really breaking down how you, in order to do that, you need to acquire the proper mindsets and skill sets so that when you take inspired action, you actually get great results. For example, I could give you a drill, some hammer, nails, and wood, and talk about build a house. But if you don't know how to do it from a skill set standpoint, it's irrelevant. Okay. So we talked about how in order to build your business in 15 minutes a day, you need to spend 15 minutes a day doing income producing activity. And don't worry, in the third and final video, where we kind of sum up the book and everything, we're going to give you a daily routine that you can use where it's specifically income building activity, income producing activity, what we call IPA, to build your business. This video is not really going to focus on that. But one more thing I will tell you before we dive into the material for today is in the previous video, which I highly recommend you check out, we discussed how you should use your downtime to acquire the new mindsets and skill sets. So you don't have time in 15 minutes a day building your business to go get the skill sets and mindsets in that 15 minutes. You simply can't do that and make money at the same time. You get paid to get people to either join your business or buy a product. And when people join your business and buy a product through people you've bought in, that is where we get paid. You get paid when product changes hands. That's when somebody buys a product, that's when you get paid. You don't get paid to do training. You don't get paid to listen to your downline distributors complain. You don't get paid to talk to your upline ad nauseum about whatever. You don't get paid to watch motivational videos. You don't get paid to read books and watch DVDs. You're not getting paid to watch this video right now. You will get paid, however, when you take income producing activity at such a consistency that you get those, financial rewards. And then eventually, provided some other things take place that you need to do, it'll become residual. So you need to be like, for example, we gave when you wake up in the morning, you say your prayers or you thank God you got to see another day, but hit play and you should already have either a motivational video or a skills training audio already ready to play on your phone when you wake up in the morning. You don't have to take notes. Just let it saturate your subconscious mind early in the morning. If you still got a job and you're commuting to work, guess what? When you're commuting to work, you don't need to be listening to Drake. I understand. Certified Lover Boy is a great album. But at the same time, that's not really what you want to be bumping on the way to work. We need to be bumping personal development and skill sets. Either one, whatever one you need more, just dive into that. When you're doing low, and your commute time is massive for some of y'all. When you're doing low intensity, low mental level exercise like mowing the lawn or doing laundry, cleaning up around the house, watching the kids play at the park, whatever it is you're doing that don't require a lot of mental energy, you need to probably have some headphones in. And walking around a grocery store, little earbuds are great. The Apple iPods are great. I had those; they just fall out a lot, so I stopped using those. I like the hooks. But again, you can listen to audios to help skill set or mindset during times where you're not using a lot of mental energy. So that's something that you can do there. Back when I had a job, if I wasn't actively engaged in a work task, I had subconscious mind getting fed with audios like all the time. My supervisor would come over to the cubicle like, "Will, are you still listening to that stuff?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sorry. I got to get this information in because I'm not going to be working here, till I'm 65 like you jokers. I'm chucking the deuce as soon as possible and looking to get this bread." So do that. And last but not least, if you're having trouble and you already have the skills, but you're not taking action, that means that you won't do it. You need more personal development. If you don't have the skills, but you would take action if you did, that means you can't do it. You need to work on your skills. So that's the main question that you need to ask yourself is, am I not taking the proper action because I can't do it? Like I don't know what to do? Or do I know what to do? I just ain't doing it. And so that's going to determine if you know what to do, but you won't do it. Guess what? You need some motivation. You need some personal development, and you're responsible for that. If you can't do it, you would, but you can't. If you can't do it, you need to acquire some skills. So that would let you know what type of audio you need to be checking out in your downtime. So let's dive into today's training. And today's training is really going to be about those 4 core skills we talked about: establishing rapport, inviting, specifically using icebreakers, closing, and then how and when to give a presentation. So let's cover those, not necessarily in order, but from acquiring prospects. Leads are free. Ladies and gentlemen, if you got a job, leads are free. If you got social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, LinkedIn, leads are free. Okay. I just got to personally tell you that. You can pay for leads too. There's a whole bunch of different ways to do that. Some companies give away free leads, but the bottom line is leads are free. If you got social media, or if you have a job, if you got a gym membership, you have access to an endless supply of free leads, period, point blank, end of story. So that's never going to be the difficult part for people, especially if you understand how to use the search function. But we'll do a different training on that. The search function is something y'all are really missing out on social media. That's a whole nother conversation. But from a standpoint of generating rapport, we don't really have time to go into that in this video, but I highly recommend the book. I think it's called Generating Rapport or Creating Trust and Rapport or something like that. But it's by Tom Big Al Schreider. I highly recommend that book, and it'll help you learn how to generate rapport. And with social media, it's never been easier to generate rapport. Good grief. It's like, it's the easiest thing in the world. Okay. With that being said, the second thing that we want to focus on is the invitation. Now, we're going to just take these out of order for a minute, but the invitation, specifically ice breaking and using great, trained words and phrases to segue into a business, conversation is the gateway skill in network marketing. Okay, it's the gateway skill. I highly recommend the book Icebreakers, also by Tom Big Al Schreider, as well as the book GoPro by Eric Worre. Okay, I highly recommend those 2 books from a skill set standpoint. One more resource I recommend for you to listen to during your downtime via audio. It's going to be the 4 color personality types. And also we've done some really cool trainings on that on this YouTube channel as well. So when you're inviting someone to take a look at the business, I highly recommend using binary qualifying questions. These are going to typically be questions that can only be answered 2 ways, 3 at the most. And it's yes, no, or maybe. For example, I remember we were doing an event many years ago. There's actually live footage of this somewhere on YouTube. And we're booking an event at a hotel in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, back when I used to live there. And we're booking an event. And the guy who was at the hotel, his name was Derek. I remember it to this very day. And Derek, when I was with that company back then or whatever, so I remember talking to Derek, and he gave some really sharp service. The service he gave, booking the room and everything was so professional. And so I asked him the following question after I had paid for the room and everything. I said, Derek, quick question. Is this your full-time job or part-time job? He says part-time. I'm doing some other things or something like that. And I said, well, man, I got to ask you, when it comes to making money, are you married to your job or do you keep your options open? Something to that effect. Are you married to your job or do you keep your options open? And Derek said, I like this job, but I'm not married to it. I'm pretty sure that's how the conversation went. But he said, I like this job, but I'm not married to it. What you got? And so I got his information and sent him some information about the company. He ended up joining, didn't stick around very long, but you know what? That's how the industry goes sometimes. I back then was not as good of a leader back then. I had never personally sponsored any 6-figure earners back then like I have now. So I was a lot less skilled back then, but it still worked, right? And that was called a binary qualifying question. So if I were to ask someone, that's my invitation for him. You're either going to be open to the business or you're not. And if you're not open to the business, I'm not going to sit there and pressure you and hound you. So the only question I asked, and like I said, I'm pretty sure that was it word for word, but who knows? It's live somewhere back in my YouTube channel archives, the live interaction. But I said, when it comes to making money, are you married to your job or do you keep your options open? Now he said, yes, I keep my options open. What you got? So he asked me for a presentation. Voila, right? But if he would have said, no, I'm married to this job, I love it, and I'll never think about doing anything else, I would say, great, man. Have a great day. Thank you for your service. And that's that. And I'm out of here. I'm out of there. There's nothing further to do. I think we run into the problem a lot of times as network marketers, and we just like to try to talk people under just hammer them over the head with information and facts and figures, not even seeing if they're open. Let me give you another example for my more product oriented people for, like weight loss, for example, which is super, super hot right now, right? Man, quick question. Do you or anybody or do you know anybody looking to lose weight, and keep it off? That's a simple question. Do you know anybody that's looking to lose weight and keep it off? Easy. Now, I could be really direct, right? I mean, I could be very direct and say, my bad, just quick question, right? Quick question. Do you or anybody looking to lose weight and keep it off? Is you or anybody looking to lose weight and keep it off? They're going to say, oh, yeah, I can stand to lose a couple pounds. What you got? Or, yeah, I might know some people. What you got? They would ask me for information. They say, nope, I'm in great shape, and everybody I know is in great shape. I would say, awesome, have a great day, and I'm out. Binary qualifying question. It's really only a yes or no answer there. There's not a whole lot of leeway for them to, get confused about what I'm asking. So when I ask someone that, provided it's set up properly, and that's why I recommended those resources for you, GoPro, color personality types, icebreakers, so you can learn how to set these questions up and learn the questions. The person's either going to say yes or no. Now, you don't have to build the business this way, but quite frankly, if I only had 15 minutes a day, I'm trying to ask that question as many times as I can. That's just me. Of course, in a perfect world, you would have more time to build a business, but 15 minutes is 15 minutes, all right? So another thing that you can do after you ask the binary qualifying question is if they ask you for a presentation, they're asking you for information, be ready to give it to them, but not right then. What I see a lot of amateur network marketers do is they'll get that part right, okay? They'll follow that first step. They'll ask somebody, let me give you another example. They'll ask somebody something to the effect of, when it comes to making extra money, do you keep your options open or are you closed-minded? Now remember, that is a pretty much yes or no question. You either keep your options open or you're closed-minded. Do you keep your options open when it comes to making extra money, or are you closed-minded? If they say, I keep my options open, what you got? You can send them some information or give them a presentation. If they say, nope, options closed, I'm closed-minded, I don't need to make any extra money, I just won the lottery yesterday. If they do that, chuck the deuce, tell them have a great day, thanks for your time, and I'm out. I'm not looking for anybody that isn't looking for what we have. I'm only looking for people that are at what we call proverbially at high noon. People are open to a product, open to an opportunity. Everybody else, they're cool, maybe a later date. I've sowed a seed, but I'm not looking to convince them, because a person convinced against their will is of the same opinion still, okay? And no, I didn't invent that. That's just like a saying or whatever. So that being said, a lot of times amateur network marketers get the first part right, and the person says, why, yes, I'm open-minded. And they might say something like, no, I'm not married to this job. I hate this job. What you got? What options do you have for me, okay? And then they start to just vomit all over them and just try to explain to them, oh, I got my partnered up with a great business with a bunch of people, and we got the most amazing weight loss and health and wellness and anti-aging products in the world. And oh my God, HBN Forever Squad, you need to come join this team. It's going to be amazing. We got a Zoom tonight, a Zoom tomorrow night, a Zoom Saturday night, a Zoom Sunday night. We got 2 Zooms Monday night. You got to get on one of these Zooms. In fact, you know what? Better yet, I'll pick you up. You want to come to a meeting? Because the meeting's going to be incredible. I'll pick you up. What time do you pick you up? 8 o'clock? No, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock? I'll pick you up. You know what? I'm going to just come stay at your house until you're ready to go. They just start vomiting all over the person. The person, Lord forbid, if they make it past that barrage of verbal vomit and the person asks a couple of questions, the amateur network marketer has not been in the industry or in the company long enough to know how to answer those questions. So if they ask them, how much money have you made? Oof, that's like the death knell. If they ask them questions like, well, how does the comp plan work? Or tell me more about the products. That person they don't have that information yet, quite frankly. And even if they did, you don't want to get in the habit of being the message. You want to be the messenger, because when you're in the habit of being the message, that's not duplicatable. And we all have learned that the hard way, okay? So what happens is, once you use an invitation or an icebreaker of some sort and a person asks for information, ladies and gentlemen, please use your tools. Use the tools that your upline or company provides. When we came here, we didn't have any tools to HBM. So what did? We made them. A lot of people whine and complain, well, I don't like the company video. Then make one. When I first started off in this industry, back when I was making my first 6 figures in network marketing, we only had 2 company videos. One was a 2.5-hour documentary, not about the company or the product, but about one ingredient we had. I was like, who's going to sit around for 2 hours and watch this? Are y'all nuts? I don't have time for this, right? And then the other video I had was like over 30 minutes. It was terrible. It was so bad. And shout out to my homie, Big Mike. Mike, I don't know if you're watching this, man, but that video was bad, bro. That video was bad, and you know it was bad, but it's all we had. We couldn't even use that. So we created our own tools, learned how to do our own presentations, and even when we came with HBM, we didn't have any videos. We had one video that was halfway decent, and that one got taken offline. We had to make more, record some Zooms, make some video. I mean, you got to at some point take ownership of your business, okay? And so when your team, okay, your downline organization, your success team, that because your success is tied up, with their results, when they ask questions and people say, yeah, I want information about that. Sure, I keep my options open. What you got? You want to make sure that you have tools that they can use, okay? You don't want them giving presentations. They can either invite people to a Zoom or send them a recorded Zoom or send them a little 5 or 10 minute video for more information. And we have those, we made those ourselves. So we highly recommend that you either use your company's tools or make some yourself. It's just what it is, okay? And then the last thing I think would be, let's make sure we covered it all good. Binary qualifying questions. I gave y'all a couple of resources. You don't want to combine the invitation with the presentation. Don't do that. So let's close with these 3 points. Number 1, do not combine the invitation with the presentation. That is bad, okay? When they ask you for a presentation, because your invitation was spot on, you want to, make an appointment to get them information by either sending a video that they can watch or something other than yourself. So basically, don't be the message, be the messenger. So you don't want to come out. The second thing is, in lieu of presentations, especially if you're new, especially in the day and age we're in, use your tools, use your video, use ad tag message. There's a million different techniques you can use. Find someone in your upline organization who's successful, okay, who has the results you want. Ask them what tools they're using. They'll probably tell you, this is what I'm doing. And if they don't have anything worth doing, guess what? Make your own. It's okay. And I think the third point would be make sure that learning the skill sets and mindsets is important. But notice what we covered today. We gave you resources to cover everything. But as far as color, personality type, ice-breaking invitations, and the book Go Pro by Eric Worre, you have pretty much all the resources you need to handle the 4 core skills, which are generated in that other book I mentioned, which was Generating Trust or Rapport. In fact, let me get you that and see if I can get you that exact title of that book, because that book is very, very powerful. Let's see if we can find this for your library. Because it's such a good book. I just want to make sure I get the right title for you. How do I even use the search feature on here? This is interesting. Select what? Y'all give me a sec. It'll be worth it. How do I do this? Nope. All right, taking a little bit longer than I thought, but it's worth the wait. All right, library. Got a lot of books on here. I read a lot of audios. How to get instant trust. Okay, there it is. Title details. This is by Tom Big Al Schreider, and it's called How to Get Instant Trust, Belief, Influence, and Rapport. Okay, 13 ways to create open minds by talking to the subconscious mind. I'm going to say it again. How to Get Instant Trust, Belief, Influence, and Rapport by Tom Big Al Schreider, and that book is a gold mine. So basically, that's the point. Use your tools. Don't combine the invitation with the presentation. Learn icebreakers on how to generate rapport. That's actually critical. And you can learn all of these skills in your downtime, in the morning, during your commute, when you're doing low-level exercise, things that don't require a lot of mental energy and things like that. That's when you learn all these, okay? You learn all of these skill sets and mindsets right then. Other books that I recommend you listen during your downtime, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, of course. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. Beach Money by Jordan Adler. Okay, these are just incredible books that will build your belief and help you have some success mindsets. There's a ton of other books I could name, but that's going to be it for this video. So we handled what you need to do, okay, what you need to learn. Then we covered when and how and what you do to learn it, okay, and then and how to really do the stuff. And then in the last video, I'm going to give you a daily routine of operations that comes right from the book, from this joker right here. Building a network marketing business in 15 minutes a day, so that you know what to do during the 15 minutes a day that you can build your business. So you or no one ever else should have the excuse, I really want to build the business and make money, but I don't have the time. Oh, you got the time. All right, so this is Will Zanders, man. I appreciate you. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. It's just good karma, and I will see y'all on the next one.